how you look, it's how you feel. From subtle, natural aesthetics to personalized wellness care, everything we do is intentional. This is beauty with purpose. At Vibe Men's Health, we take that same approach. We focus on what matters most: strength, energy, and performance. Built on real data, real medicine, and real results, we're here to help you look better, feel stronger, and live fully. Come vibe with us today.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 9.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 9. It has been a soggy Saturday across North Mississippi. Thankfully, we're almost to the end of it, especially as we get ready to wind down and head to bed later on tonight. But once we wake up tomorrow, we have a beautiful Sunday in store. So let's hop right into this broadcast as I'll let you know everything you need to expect as we continue pushing into the beautiful weekend ahead. But those soggy conditions, they're still lingering across North Mississippi, not really tracking out anything severe or intense, just some stress-free, much-needed rainfall moving on through North Mississippi. And we have an amazing Sunday in store. That cold front that moved through today not only brought us this rainfall, but it's also cooling us off and will bring some northerly winds into North Mississippi, which will make us feel a little bit better than what those temperatures are outside, and will also feel dramatically cooler tomorrow. But warmer conditions, they will return. So we're going to be talking about below average conditions tomorrow, but that's about all that we can talk about it before we're already back towards those toasty above average conditions. So enjoy your Sunday tomorrow. Still going to be a beautiful one, and we're going to quickly start warming back up into the low 80s for this upcoming work week. But take a look at the first 12. We're still talking about those soggy conditions this evening. By 10 o'clock, still 50% coverage in the mid 50s, cooling on off towards the low 50s by 1 o'clock. Those rain chances slowly starting to dwindle, but by 4 a.m. we're practically dry here in North Mississippi, cooling off towards the upper 40s, mid 40s by the time we're walking out of the door tomorrow, with thankfully mostly clear skies above. And once we get through the morning period tomorrow, we'll start to enjoy sunnier skies in your afternoon tomorrow. So definitely going to be a beautiful Sunday in store. Thankfully a little bit cooler, only reaching the upper 50s by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now let's take some live looks all across North Mississippi. This is out there in Caledonia. 57 degrees, feels like 57. But take a look at that wind, 22 miles per hour coming out of the north, and that's what's responsible for not only us going to be feeling a lot cooler tomorrow, but also feeling slightly cooler than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. But that northerly wind pumping in that drier air will allow us to have an amazing Sunday in store tomorrow, but it's definitely going to help us cool off into the overnight period ahead. But still beautiful out there. Looks like our Fulton camera, that's not updating quite right. We should be talking about soggy conditions, and that's not soggy. I want to see if it'll update really quick. If not, we'll quickly pass on through. But I can tell you it is definitely 52 degrees out there. That northerly wind still blowing in from the north around 15 miles per hour. But darker and soggier conditions are in store. We're not talking about any sunny skies outside in Fulton right now. So let's take another look out here in Cleveland. Same story, 52, feels like 52, 12 mile per hour winds coming out of the north, and you can kind of see some of those raindrops still on the camera lens, just talking about those soggy conditions. That continues to be the story as it just updated right there. A little bit more drops on the camera as well. So these rain showers, they're going to continue moving on through North Mississippi. Again, non-severe, just stress-free rainfall. We can see that right here on our Mama Justice Doppler radar, not tracking out anything intense. Just these rain showers continuing to move on through North Mississippi. Not all of us getting it at the same time, which is why those percentages only around 40 to 50%. This is not everybody at one time getting this rainfall, but it's going to continue to move on through North Mississippi into your overnight period. Then we'll be talking about drier conditions later on tomorrow. Now, our surface analysis is showing kind of what's responsible for all this rainfall, and it's that cold front that continues to move on through North Mississippi and pretty much into the southeast as a whole, bringing those rain chances. We saw kind of some more intense thunderstorms earlier on this afternoon with that daytime heating. Again, still thankfully sub-severe, but was responsible for a few of those rumbles that we heard into the afternoon hours. We're not tracking any of that out later on tonight. Still just going to be a whole lot of green, maybe some yellows trying to pop up with some heavier downpours, but that's about it. Take a look at those thunderstorms that moved on through. They're already out of Alabama, practically barely making its way into Georgia, but into Tennessee. For us here in North Mississippi, still just some rainfall moving on through our region. And then post midnight into the early AM hours, we're already talking about drier conditions. Those rain chances move on out, and with that cloud cover, not lingering too far behind as well. We'll start off our morning tomorrow pretty much mostly clear, but take a look at that northerly wind. It's bringing in that drier continental air into our region, which will allow us to feel cooler outdoors, but will also allow us to stay dry, even clearing up that moisture high up in the sky with those clouds pretty much being non-existent into the afternoon hours tomorrow. So a beautiful day is in store. Just got to get through these rainy conditions first. Next 24 is showcasing exactly that. Starting off partly cloudy at 6 o'clock in the upper 40s, slowly working our way up into the low 50s. This time, a little bit less cloud cover, mostly clear by 9 a.m., but lunchtime and on, we're talking about clearer and sunnier skies, definitely putting the sun in Sunday tomorrow. Mid 60s by 12 o'clock, low 70s by those peak afternoon hours at 3 and 6 o'clock later on tomorrow. And still talking about those clearer skies by 9 o'clock in the upper 50s, around 59 degrees as we get ready for the 9 o'clock broadcast tomorrow. But don't go anywhere. I want to be talking about kind of when those rain chances will continue to wrap up, what's your Sunday and what all it has in store for you, but also what the work week looks like. All of that's coming up right after this break.
I have been going to Tupelo Smiles my whole life. When I was a kid, I was unhappy about some uneven coloring on my teeth after getting my braces off, which at the time there really wasn't a fix. I was recently made aware of a solution that would totally fix it, which is exactly what we did. They not only heard my concerns, but they never stopped looking to solve my problem, and that's why I love Tupelo Smiles.
It's Friday night y estamos activos. Head out early. Drinks flowing to level.
No sé qué pasó. I didn't even drink that much.
For the first time anywhere, a digital-only weather source has been nominated for not one, but 2 Emmy Awards. This is the 25th nomination I've been humbled to receive over the years, and while accolades are great, we're just proud to deliver the weather coverage that you deserve. Thank you, North Mississippi, for supporting us here at Mississippi Live.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, good evening, and thanks for sticking here with us for Mississippi Live Weather at 9. Taking a real quick look at your 7-day forecast, we're talking about beautiful conditions for your Sunday in the low 70s, but not lasting forever. Already back in the upper 70s Monday, low 80s throughout the rest of the work week, and then we're talking about those rain chances and storm chances coming back next weekend, but still got a ways to go until we can get there. But before we go into the rest of the broadcast, I always love showing off your pictures. This was sent in by Kaylee out there in Grenada, talking about some of those showers and kind of overcast conditions out there. I'm kind of covering up the darkest part of the horizon just to the right of this picture, but I think she said this was sent in around 5:30 earlier this evening. So just showcasing some of those showers that continue to move on through North Mississippi earlier this afternoon, and they continue to do so this evening. So beautiful shot sent in by Kaylee out there in Grenada. This was another amazing shot sent in by Jamie out in Dogtown. Beautiful drone shot kind of showing those low clouds kind of along the horizon. And just those gray overcast clouds continuing to move on through North Mississippi and get closer and closer towards the Dogtown region. So we appreciate all the shots that you have sent in today. Always love broadcasting that and showing everybody all y'all's cool pictures that y'all submitted. But current conditions right now here in Tupelo, 51 degrees, feels like 51, and that 16-mile-per-hour wind coming out of the north. Going to feel a little bit breezy if you step outside, but I think with how soggy we've been and the time it is later at night, we're probably settling down for the night. So should still be a beautiful evening outdoors just with those soggier conditions, but I know most of us staying inside tonight. This is exactly why. Those rain chances continue to move on through North Mississippi. This is at 9:30, continuing to push on through our area. Maybe a few heavier showers, but overall, we're talking about that stress-free rainfall. Even by midnight, a few of those rain showers continue to push closer towards the Golden Triangle region. A little bit heavier showers out there in the Fulton, Itawamba community, maybe out there in Greenwood and just south of Indianola. But this is at midnight, continuing into the AM hours. And once we cross into the AM hours, those rain chances, they're not lasting quite long. We're getting all that moisture out of North Mississippi, bringing that cloud cover with it as well. Clearer conditions already starting the further northwest you are in our region, especially for those in Olive Branch, Holly Springs, Oxford, Batesville, West Helena, Clarksdale. Pretty much the further northwest you are, you start to get to enjoy those sunnier skies a little bit earlier than the rest of us. But again, these are kind of those thin, wispier clouds, not going to provide much meaningful cloud cover as you start off the day tomorrow. Speaking of starting off the day, you're starting off the day quite cool and below average with our lows dropping into the mid 40s across our region. 45 in Houston, Tupelo, 43 in Holly Springs and Senatobia, 46 in Clarksdale, 48 out there in Cleveland. So we're talking about below average temperatures finally here in North Mississippi. Enjoy them tomorrow because just not going to last forever and pretty much only for your Sunday before we start talking about those average and eventually toastier above average conditions. But with tomorrow being Sunday, got to put in that Sunday church planner. Beautiful day starting off in the mid 40s by 7 o'clock, mostly sunny skies above, transitioning to clearer and sunnier skies for the rest of the day, slowly working our way up towards the low 70s, already cooling back off into the upper 60s by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Now coming back to Futurecast, this is starting at 6 a.m., still showing those clearer skies the further northwest you go, but as we continue into the mid-morning hours, that cloud cover kind of just barely lingering in the southeast region, kind of just lingering and staying with us just a little bit longer before finally deciding to push on out of here with that northerly wind, continuing to bring in that drier continental air into North Mississippi. That's going to allow us to feel amazing as we go about the outdoor plans tomorrow. This is at 12:30 around lunchtime when you're getting out of church tomorrow. Beautiful skies and crystal clear blue skies above, and we're staying dry all day long. That's going to continue for the rest of the day as we continue into the eventual evening hours. By the 6 o'clock tomorrow, we're talking about clear, dry skies above, and hopefully a beautiful Sunday that you guys all enjoyed. And speaking of beautiful, let's take a look at those high temperatures tomorrow. It is going to feel amazing outdoors because we're pretty much in the low 70s. This is below average for where we should be. A few of us even in the upper 60s. 69 in Hamilton, 68 in Red Bay, Iuka, 72 in Houston and Bruce and Grenada, and 71 in Clarksdale. I'm going to take a step back because take a look at those feels like values. Making us feel just slightly cooler than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. So we have that northerly wind to thank. And I know we will definitely take advantage of this because I don't know when it's going to feel this good here in North Mississippi again. This is definitely a below average and we're going to start warming up pretty quickly. So take advantage of that Sunday tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful one, which is exactly why I put in the hiking planner. Most of the time we're talking about toasty conditions. Nobody wants to get outside and hike in those muggy conditions. Tomorrow, it's going to be the day to do so. Mid 40s by 7 o'clock if you want to get out in the morning. Already in the mid 60s by 12 o'clock, low 70s by 3, and slowly cooling back off towards the upper 60s yet again by that 7 o'clock hour tomorrow. Now coming back to Futurecast as we track out the rest of your weekend and eventually into the work week, still clear and dry skies by Sunday at 6 p.m. as you start off the evening hours tomorrow. And that's going to continue all night long. This is in play. We can start to see that wind direction start to shift just a little bit. That's due to that high pressure system just outside of Mississippi, kind of leaving Arkansas and entering the Louisiana state, but not really affecting us here in North Mississippi besides, well, keeping us dry and clear. This is Monday at 8:30 as you get ready to start your day and head out towards work. And you're staying clear and dry all day long. This is all the way, or playing all the way through your Monday. Now we're at 5 p.m. into the early evening hours by time we're back towards that workday broadcast schedule and starting our broadcast at 5 o'clock in the evenings and continuing into the rest of your evening and into the overnight period by Tuesday. Still clear and dry, a very mild forecast in store, slightly warmer for your Monday, but thankfully we're staying sunny and dry all day long. I just mentioned we're going to be a little bit warmer for your Monday. Take a look at those high temperatures already back into the upper 70s. So now we're closer to where we should be for this time of year. Not really talking about those below average conditions for long. This is exactly what I mean. Sunday is going to be the only day we can really talk about it and enjoy them. Good news, however, those feels like values cooling us off slightly, so making us feel a little bit better outdoors, but still going to be a beautiful start to the work week here in North Mississippi. Now that 7-day forecast showcasing exactly that. Low 70s for your Sunday, clear sunny skies above. Same story for your Monday. This time just a little bit warmer into the upper 70s. That moisture will make its way back into the rest of the work week with your highs pretty much sticking around the low 80s. And then we're talking about those rain chances making their way back into the forecast for your Friday and Saturday. Could be talking about some storm potential as another system moves on in. But that's again next weekend. Still got a whole work week to go through. We're going to continue fine tuning that forecast. Make sure you are best prepared for what's in store next weekend. But hey, thankfully it is still Saturday night. We still have Sunday ahead tomorrow. So let's continue enjoying the weekend we are currently in. But take a look at your screen. Here's a QR code to both our iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the support you have given us and all the feedback as well, because we want to make sure we continue to give you our absolute best. But I hope all of y'all have had a fantastic Saturday. I know it's been a little bit soggy, kind of those overcast, gray conditions, but good news, we're going to reap all the benefits from that cold front today for your Sunday tomorrow. So get a good night's sleep. I hope all of y'all have a fantastic Sunday tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow night at 6, 9, and 10 to kind of recap everything that's in store tomorrow and get you ready for the work week ahead. But until then, enjoy the rest of y'all's night, and I'll see y'all back here live in the Room to Room Weather Center.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious when he began to discover weather. Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.